So in this video, I will tell you about the 5 negative signs that you can read in her body during sex. It's a negative body language that means she's not okay, there is a problem, she's not enjoying herself. You need to be able to read the positive body language that, she's enjoying something feels good. But it is also really important that you know the negative body language when she's not saying anything, but you can read the negative signs in her body for many reasons. Obviously, on the most basic level, then you can check in, make sure she's okay, see if she needs you to change something. Just take care of your partner. But obviously, there's also a much more serious situation that you can avoid by being able to recognize the negative signs in her body during sex, because potentially she is not having a good time, or she's not enjoying it, or she doesn't want to be doing it. But if you can't read this, if you can't recognize this and you continue, this is potentially a serious situation, of course. So let's start with the simple ones. The first negative sign that you can read in her body is sharp twitching. When a woman feels something nice, she might breathe in deeply, or she might move her body kind of fluidly. When a woman feels something not nice, she might inhale sharply, like this, or her body might move sharply, like this. If you see either of those two things, it is never good. It is never that the sensation was so nice that she inhaled so sharply or she twitched so sharply. If the sensation was nice, then it will be more fluid. She will breathe more fluidly or move more fluidly, even though it can be quite strong. Strong breath, strong movement can be nice, but sharp movement or sharp breath is always not nice. So typically this means physical discomfort. You have touched something that caused physical discomfort. She might react like this if you're putting your fingers in the vagina not carefully and you're causing pain. If you're touching the vagina with a bad technique that is causing pain. If you're touching the clitoris too strong, that gives you, too sharp sensation. That's quite common. If you're doing oral with a technique that is too rough, a woman can often react like this as well. The same on the nipples, if you are too rough with them, or with the breasts, if you are too rough with them, or if you are generally grabbing her body anywhere that is too much for her and is uncomfortable or painful. So you will hear that reaction. If you see that, basically you need to go more gentle. Not a bad idea to ask, is it too strong? She will normally say yes, then you know to go more gentle. Number 2, pulling away. Her body pulling away from you in any way. Obviously, if she runs out of the room, you know she has pulled away. So obviously we are talking about something much more subtle that you need to be able to feel. Any degree of pulling away is not a good sign. A woman will pull towards you if she's enjoying this. So if you are doing something with her breasts and she very slightly pulled away, it's not good. If you are giving her oral and she very slightly pulls away, it's not good. If you are taking her from behind and she slightly goes forward, it means she's pulling away from your dick. It means you are too deep. So all of this is her pulling away just slightly to ease off, to not be so uncomfortable. It can be two things. It can be physical discomfort. You might check in and ask, is it too strong? Sometimes it can be a thing. So for example, you put your hand on her breast and she just doesn't want her breast touched. So that's why she's pulling away. The next most common sign that you need to be able to read, a bit more serious and a bit more difficult to detect, is not being responsive. A bit of a sleepy reaction to what you are doing. So you're being quite proactive, you are doing things on her body, but you feel that she's not responding with the same. So her body is quite sluggish, quite slump, maybe feels quite sleepy, like it's not very alive with you. Now, obviously, if she's 100% unresponsive, you have a different kind of problem. But it's typically she's kind of like really slow and sluggish and feels a bit sleepy, so she's responding, but just not very enthusiastically, yeah? This typically means she's not into it, she doesn't want to be doing it. Or she's not sure if she wants to be doing it, or she just doesn't feel right about it. This kind of non-responsiveness is very serious. This is a matter of consent. You really need to check in and to make sure that she's okay. Just very softly, quietly ask, are you okay? Or are you feeling okay with this? Or does this feel good? Just kind of in the moment, just to check in. There is a chance that she's just distracted, or maybe your partner is a bit shy, or maybe you just misread it a little bit. She was just feeling normal, but you got a little bit kind of over-anxious about her level of responsiveness. So there are those possibilities. What you want to hear back is things like this. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I feel good. Yeah, that feels nice. Anything that is not a yes is a no. For example, silence is a no. Silence means no, I'm not okay. If you've asked, are you okay? And you are hearing a pause and she's thinking about it, that means she's not okay. If she says, I'm not sure, that's not really I'm not sure. That means she's not okay. If she says, I think so, that is definitely not a yes. That is definitely a no. So you get the idea. Anything except 100% yes is definitely a no, because women find it difficult to say no. They will say something else. I'm not sure, I'm thinking about it, but that means no. So from here, then you need to ask her what she wants to do. Does she want to stop? Does she want you to change something? So you take it from there. So let me just make a quick break here to mention that if you want to learn more, I have a full online course for men where I teach you the complete practice for sex, the full understanding of women and every technique for every part of sex that you need to be an advanced lover. The link to my course is in the description below the video. The next negative sign is similar to this. It's kind of going quiet. So she was okay, she was moving with you, she was reacting well, she was breathing, you felt that she was really with you, and then suddenly she's going a lot more not responsive. So she's moving a lot less, she seems to be not reacting to your touch, to your movement. This could be a number of things. It could mean that she got distracted, she got disconnected. It could mean that what you're doing now is not working for her, she's not kind of feeling what she wants from it, she's lost feeling or something. It could also mean that she's kind of against what you do now and she's not comfortable with it and she doesn't want to do it. So if she was responding really nicely to you and then suddenly she's gone a lot more quiet, there is definitely something going on. You shouldn't continue. You should check in and ask if she's okay. And one last negative sign from the body that I would add to this is any kind of what we would call closed tension. So her body can be tense, but it can be tense nicely, yeah? If she's like in the heat of passion, if she's close to an orgasm, if she's really enjoying herself in some way, her body might be quite tense. She might be just really passionately moving with it. But her tension will have an open feeling. So her body will be kind of open towards you. She will be really kind of onto you, into you, or she will be kind of open to you, arching or something in that tension. So tension by itself is not a negative sign, of course. It can be a sign of intense pleasure. But closed tension is when you feel that she's kind of closing herself in some way, either her legs or her arms, that she's kind of like bracing her body and she doesn't want to open. This is often a sign that she doesn't want to do something or she's not okay in this moment. And especially if you're moving her body a little bit from one position to another and you feel any slight resistance in her body, then that's a bad sign. It means she is closing in that tension. Why do I mean slight resistance? That you need to be able to read, because obviously she's not going to be like this, because if she's like this, you know something is wrong. So it's going to be very slight. It's going to be a slight hesitation, a slight resistance, but you need to be able to feel that and to understand that something is not okay. So that's it. Watch out for those signs. Take care of women. Hope that helps.